So the play-in games are officially over, and all the matchups are set up. A lot is at stake in these playoffs. Since the Hawks are out, and 2 years in a row they haven't been in the playoffs, where will Trae Young be next? Or what about the Bucks with Giannis? What will happen if they lose another series? We'll never know. But a lot of surprises have happened this year. We have Jimmy Butler on the Warriors, Luka Doncic on the Lakers. A lot is going to change. And this year, we are going to have probably one of the greatest playoffs ever. So let's get right into it. Let's start in the East like we always do every single year for the 2025 NBA playoff predictions. I'm so excited that it's here. Let's start in the East. The Cavs versus the Heat, picked by the Cavs 98% and the Heat 2%. Now, 2% are probably Miami fans because there is no way that Miami stands a chance in this game against the Cavs defense that will guard Tyler Hero all over and Bam Adebayo. There's no way he'll be able to go up against Jared Allen, Evan Mobley in the front court. And the Cavs offense is just going to be too overwhelming for all these elite defenders on Miami, like Andrew Wiggins and Bam Adebayo. And, that with that being said, Miami doesn't have a deep bench like Cleveland does. The Cavs also have two all-stars in the backcourt and an all-star in the front court. Just too talented on both ends of the floor. The Cavs have the number one offense in the NBA, and that's going to overwhelm Miami. Give me the Cavs to sweep the Heat. Moving on into the rematch of last year's first round, Pacers versus the Bucks. 34% pick the Pacers, 66% says the Bucks, and I'm going with the Pacers in 6. Their offense is a lot more talented. They're with Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam, Andrew Nembhard being a great player, Benedict Mathurin. They got a lot of talent. We don't know if Damian Lillard will be back for this series for sure. We know he could. There's a possibility that he might be back, but will his shoulder still be bothering him? I do not think Giannis has enough help on this team with Bobby Portis not being there as well. So give me the Pacers in 6. Let's move on to this series, Knicks versus Pistons. This will be a fun series because the Pistons, they're the first team in NBA history to win triple the amount of wins that they have had in the previous season. 82% says the Knicks and 18% says the Pistons. The Pistons have had Cade Cunningham, who's turned into a top 10 player this season. And, they add a bunch of veterans to their squad. They add Tobias Harris to the team, who my Sixers got rid of. And we got Paul George, who, you guys probably know how that turned out. And they have Malik Beasley, the best three-point shooting player in the league, in my opinion. But the Knicks defense with Tom Thibodeau as their head coach is going to be too much for this inexperienced Detroit Pistons team. Jalen Brunson will dominate like he has done over the course of his career in the playoffs. Karl-Anthony Towns has been a great fit this year for New York. There's a bunch of talent on this team. Mikal Bridges is fitting well. Definitely on the defensive end, he's fit well. Josh Hart and I just really believe in this team. I think they are a good defensive team. Obviously, every team plays good at defense in the playoffs, but give me the Knicks in 6. Let us move on to Boston versus Orlando. 99% says the Celtics, and only 1% says the Magic. Now, a lot of people are saying the Celtics will dominate this series, but I actually think this is going to be a tough matchup for Boston. I think towards the end of the season, I think this Boston was probably just not feeling motivated. They don't have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. They were resting a lot. Now they're going to use this series to ramp back up, get even more motivated in the playoffs. I think that home court advantage is also big, Boston being great at home. But I think the Magic's having the number 1 defense in the NBA will really help them. They have a lot of size in Franz Wagner, Wendell Carter Jr., and Paolo Banchero to defend all of Boston's key players. And Cole Anthony coming off the bench for this team. Dude was just amazing against Atlanta. And they did overwhelm the Hawks, but this is the Celtics we're talking about, with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and the defending champs. But this will be a tough series, Boston in 6. Let's move on to the second round. Cavs versus the Pacers. So, basically, you have the Pacers, who again have a very talented offensive team, but their defense is just not good enough for the Cavs' elite offense. They, like I said, number 1 offense in the league. They have Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, who make threes on a nightly basis, with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, who are unstoppable in the front court. And really, they just have a talented team all around. Max Strus is great for this team. I think DeAndre Hunter is a great fit for this team. And the Pacers, again, they do not have the defense that will be able to slow down Cleveland. They'll have to shoot lights out the entire way, which will not happen against pretty good defense like the Cavs. Give me the Cavs in 5. Great. Now we go to the Knicks and Celtics in the second round playoffs. So, actually, I'm going to go Cavs in 6. I think the Pacers can get 2. So in the second round, Knicks, Celtics. The Knicks defense, again, will be great in this series, but Boston, the defending champs, will be unstoppable, I think, because Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown show up in the playoffs. Al Horford, Derek White, and I think Luke Kornet is actually a very underrated center, too. They also got Porzingis, who's shooting threes out of his mind. And Boston just not having a defense like they used to, in my opinion. But they do have Drew Holiday guarding the perimeter to slow down Jalen Brunson. I think Boston will win in 6. Moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals, Cavs versus Celtics. This will be a big series because this is just going to be a low-scoring series, a physical series, in my opinion. And Cleveland, doesn't have a good defense like Boston, I think. I think Drew Holiday can't guard the perimeter alone. Because the Cavs have too much talent on their back court. Look at so if he's guarding Donovan Mitchell, who's going to guard Darius Garland? Or in the front court, Porzingis, in my opinion, is not that good of a defender to guard both their big front court, and again, they're just too talented all around. Boston doesn't have the defense that will slow down this incredible offense that Cleveland has with two star guys in the backcourt and two-star guys in the front court. Give me the Cavs. It will be a tough series. Give me Cleveland in 7. Next, let's go to the West. The Thunder, 97% chance to win. Grizzlies, 3%. And, this is going to be a big series right here. In my opinion, I think the Thunder and Grizzlies will be a good one. I think this will be high scoring, a lot of fun action, but I just do not see Grizzlies putting up much of a fight. I think Ja Morant will be great enough to win one game, but it's Thunder in 5. Next up, we got the Nuggets and the Clippers. This will be fun. 57% is the Nuggets and 43% is the Clippers. I do not know why a lot of people say the Nuggets, to be honest. I think the Clippers have what it takes. This is a bad matchup for Denver because Jokic is the best in the world, in my opinion, and I think he deserves another MVP. But Ivica Zubac has that defense that he could slow him down a little bit, and I don't think he has enough help against a defense like the Clips and Kawhi Leonard and James Harden going off. You can't always rely on Kawhi Leonard to be healthy throughout these entire playoffs, but James Harden can just shoot lights out, and I don't think this will be another year where he just doesn't show up in the playoffs. I think he will really step up. Chris Dunn will guard the perimeter. He'll guard Jamal Murray or Michael Porter Jr., and Jokic, like I said, doesn't have enough help against this elite defense. Give me Clippers in 7. Next up, we got a fun series here. 88% is the Lakers, 12% the Timberwolves. Timberwolves 3rd seed, 6th seed. Luka Doncic's first playoffs with the Lakers. Now, the Mavericks lost today. They would be much better if they kept him, and see what happened when they didn't. So now he's on the Lakers. This will be a fun series. Lakers do not have that good of a defense as they did with AD. He put up like 40 points today against the Grizz, and they still lost. But this is going to be about Luka Doncic and LeBron James going off on Minnesota. I think Julius Randle, everyone's going to know that Julius Randle to the Timberwolves was a mistake for Minnesota, that Karl-Anthony Towns was a much better fit for this team. But Rudy Gobert does have the defense, in my opinion, but I think the Lakers can force Rudy Gobert to play the perimeter and walk all over him. Give me the Lakers in 6. Next up, we got Rockets versus the Warriors. 32% says the Rockets and 68% says the Warriors. Now, I understand the Warriors have been great. We'll hear so much about how good the Warriors are since getting Jimmy Butler and his elite defense. But the Rockets are elite too. They have Alperen Sengun, Jabari Smith Jr., and Jalen Green. They're big 3 who will go off on the Warriors, who don't have many defensive options, and they other than Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler, but they lack a lot of size as well. with Steven Adams coming off the bench for this team is another great asset to this Houston squad. And again, the Warriors will just get outplayed in the paint by this elite Rockets team. And Steph Curry is going to have to put up 35 points a night for them to have a chance. Give me the Rockets in 7. Moving on to the second round, the Clips versus the Thunder. This series. So the Thunder have had one of the best records in NBA history with 68-14. This is the playoffs, and I believe in the Clippers. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will not be able to get to the foul line in this series. I think the Clippers have too much defensive talent on their team with to guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren. This is going to be a bad matchup for Chet Holmgren going against Ivica Zubac, who has proven to be a top 5 center in the NBA. Give me the Clippers in it, and the Clips end it in 6 because they know if it gets to 7, then that Thunder home court advantage could really affect them. Next up, we got the Lakers and the Rockets. So this series right here, it all depends. It's about experience, and the Rockets don't have enough experience to go against a 4-time MVP and a 4-time NBA champion, and Luka Doncic, who just made his first Finals appearance last year, and yeah, so the defense won't be able to slow down guys like Jalen Green and Alperen Sengun, but the Lakers are also gonna show that they can bring out some of their weapons off the bench, like Austin Reeves, who we know can shoot the 3 ball like crazy. You got Gabe Vincent shooting the 3 ball out there. The Lakers have too much offensive talent against this Rocket squad, who is a good defensive team, but the Lakers offense will be too overwhelming for them. Lakers in 6. Next up, we have in the Western Conference Finals, Clippers and Lakers. This will be a great series with both the Los Angeles teams and not playing in the same arena this time. Clippers have their own arena now and a bigger fan base. It's obviously not more than the Lakers, but they do have a bigger fan base now. And give me the Clippers over the Lakers in 7. This will be very physical, this series. I think the Lakers defense will get exposed right now because LeBron, who is 40, is not going to be able to slow down this Clippers offense with James Harden and Kawhi Leonard. Luka Doncic, I think, will also get exposed defensively. And, I'm not saying it was right for Nico Harrison to do what he did, but think about it. There was one thing that the Mavs were lacking was defense. So maybe that's why he did what he did. It was not right, to do it, though, the way he did, obviously, behind his back. But, the defense, I think, from Luka will be exposed in this series, and the Clips will end it in 7. So let's go to the NBA Finals. We have the Clippers and the Cavs in the NBA Finals, folks. This is it. So I think the Clippers defense is great. They've been the best defensive team since the month of March. Kawhi Leonard is still proving to be an all-star. He's had a great season ever since he's come back. He's just had a great comeback, great season. James Harden has also had a great best season since the Rockets days, and their bench is also quite stacked with Amir Coffey, who could shoot threes. Bogey could shoot threes. Ben Simmons sucks, so don't rely on him. I think Drew Eubanks is the better option, but the Cavs having Spider Mitchell and Darius Garland in the backcourt will hurt them, but Chris Dunn and Derrick Jones Jr. Can defend him. Also, Kawhi being there, I think this team is just too talented defensively for this Cavs offense. They are the number one offense in the league. This is going to be a huge series, but give me the Clippers to win the title in 6. How many total points will be scored in Game 1 of the finals? Let's see. Let me think. I think 219. And that is it, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you agree with these predictions, go do the NBA Pick'em bracket. I would love to hear you guys' predictions. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.